to Toffee TV, brought to you by Vanarama Driving Fan TV this summer. France are the first team into the World Cup semi-finals. They've beaten Uruguay 2-0 this afternoon in a not a great game of football, I would say. More of a tactical game of football. Uruguay tried everything to stop the flair and the power and the pace of France, and to be honest, they did it quite well. They suffered from the fact that they didn't have Cavani playing. That was a big loss, and this is a Uruguay team that, when they've got their best 11 players on the pitch, they are a match for anyone. But I think if you take one of those players out, especially a player like Cavani, they're going to really suffer, and I think they just lack that extra little bit up front to stop France from playing and to give France something to worry about. The first 15 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes, Uruguay really put France under pressure. They forced Lloris into a couple of good saves. One later on, actually, which was an absolute magnificent save from Lloris. But the first 10-15 minutes, they really give France something to think about. And then France came more into the game. And whereas Deschamps, I think, has got the tactics wrong in some of the earlier games where he hasn't let these players off the leash, his tactics and his know-how came into the fore today. You know, his ability to make France a really solid unit came to the front. And they didn't have Matuidi in midfield, which was a blow to them. But I think other players grew. I think Pogba grew a little bit today. You know, his strength and his power and his ability on the ball really shined. Without doing anything massively important, he was just strong in the midfield, and France grew into the game, and it was them who scored the first goal in the 40th minute. A great free kick by Griezmann was headed in by Raphael Varane to give it 1-0. A lovely little flick, something that Uruguay tried to do a lot of the game, scoring by a set piece. It was France who got that goal, and I think once they got that goal and Uruguay knew they had to chase the game, I think that was it, to be honest. Uruguay just didn't have anything to offer. I think if they'd gone 1-0 up, I think the game could have been completely different. I really do. I think France chasing the game and Uruguay using all their know-how would have meant it being a completely different game, but it wasn't to be, and France extended their lead, making it 2-0 after 61 minutes, when Griezmann shot, really, there wasn't really that much on it, and the Uruguay goalkeeper, Muslera, he tried to just palm it away. He didn't punch it, he didn't catch it, he tried to palm it. Something Jordan Pickford was criticised for the other night, and me and Baz were speaking on the Footy Show on Patreon and saying, well, you know what, as a goalkeeper, your first and most fundamental thing is to save the thing. And sometimes you have to worry about where it goes second. And you've seen it with this shot. The shot didn't look at anything special, but I think just the spin on it pushed the keeper into two minds. And he's tried to do two different things, and he's ended up palming it into his own goal. And this is the second time we've seen this. You know, we've seen Lloris do it in the World Cup final. Now we've seen a goalkeeper do it in a World Cup quarter-finals. And it does show you, if you don't get it right, the way these balls move now, and the way the players cut across them, they can go absolutely anywhere. So I think that's another point for Jordan Pickford. That made it 2-0. As I say, Lloris made a fantastic save from a header from a set piece. Got down low to his right to keep the ball out. And to be honest, nothing else much happened. France killed the game. Uruguay started getting a little bit nasty, a little bit dirty, throwing a few little sly tackles in, a few little sly elbows here and there. But France seen the game out magnificently, and with that ability, I think, to switch between the two styles, if that's what's allowed to happen from Deschamps, France are a really interesting proposition. And Mbappe didn't do anything really spectacular, but just did enough to you know, when the opposition start kicking you, you know you're doing your job. Giroud up front leading the line, Griezmann with the ability in his set pieces and his shooting. And a back four, that team's strong. Matuidi will come back into the side now. Pogba growing as well. France are going to take some stopping, so it's going to be interesting to see who will stop them. Anyway, that has been my reaction to France getting through to the semi-finals. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you later on Toffee TV.